Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ya ayyuhal Muslimun. To the long-time listener and first-time visitor, we welcome you to this episode. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. It's incumbent that we take full advantage of these opportunities because our lives are not but a matter of moments. And once the allotted moments that we have been given have been exhausted, then our lives will come to an end. So it is important that we take full advantage of these opportunities while we still have the opportunity. So, with this being the case, we have to pay special attention to it and to those deeds that come therein, to the occasion that comes therein, then it is incumbent upon each and every one of us that we fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, so we have to start off our year, just like the middle of the year, we have to end off our year by what? By fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we are fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing what is right, we can be the poorest people in human existence, and in the hereafter we'll be happy. But if we were the richest people in human existence and we were disobedient unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's how we lived our lives, and that's how we died, then in the hereafter, we're going to be very miserable and disgraced. Okay? So our measuring stick and our frame of reference is not about the material, gains and losses, but rather it's about the strength of our iman and the quality of our good deeds, right? So therefore, take your provisions. Naam. فَخُذُوا زَادًا كَافِيًا. Take your provisions for the hereafter. This year that we're in right now, because listen, the past is gone. It's gone. We can't change it. We can't go back in time and change what we did yesterday. Okay? So don't put too much stock in that so that it paralyzes you so you don't move. The future now hasn't happened yet, and it may not happen for us. Okay, so tomorrow may come, but we may not be here. So we can't put too much into the future because we may not live to see it. So we have to take advantage of what we have, and that is the present right now. We have to take advantage of right now, and we have to start to prepare for right now, a preparation that is sufficient so that when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be those who will be happy bidnillahi ta'ala. Okay, so we have to take good provisions, and we have to start to prepare what jawaban shafiyan. We have to prepare good answers. Good answers. Person is saying, what do you mean good answers? Good answers to what? Good answers to this test of life. Good answers to this test of life. When we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we were asked about our lives, how we spent our life, you want to have a good answer in the obedience of Allah, calling to Allah, striving to worship Allah, right? Remembering Allah, reading the Qur'an, calling to good, forbidding evil, so on and so forth, staying away from sins, making tawbah. This is the answer we want to have. How did you spend your youth? We don't want to say we spent our youth acting a fool. We spent our youth chasing after dunya. We spent our youth not being religious, but we want to have a good answer. We spent our youth in the obedience of Allah. We spent our youth inside of the masajid. We spent our youth seeking knowledge, so on and so forth. We want to have good answers. Okay, how are you as a parent? Want to have a good answer? We strove our best to raise our children upon Islam. We strove our best to instill within our children the importance of the Tawheed and how they have to establish Tawheed in their lives. We strove our best to educate our children. We strove our best to do right by our children. And utilize this just as a frame of reference and as an example. These are just examples. So everything we can be asked about, we want to have a good answer. How are you as a spouse? How are you as a son or a daughter? How are you? So on and so forth, right? We want to have good answers. So we have to prepare good answers for what? For when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this brings us to the next point of reflection. And that is, not all time periods are the same. There are certain times that are more auspicious than other times. So therefore, we have to be on our P's and Q's. Now, there's certain times of the year where if we do good, that good is multiplied more than other times of the year, right? And there are times of the year that if we do evil during those days, then what? Then that evil is not multiplied in number, but it is more heinous. It is more heinous. It is worse. Is worse. So good deeds increase in number. They get multiplied. Okay? Evil deeds, and this is from Allah Ta'ala's justice and from Allah Ta'ala's good treatment upon his slaves, evil deeds don't get multiplied. So one evil deed is only worth one evil deed. However, not all evil deeds are the same in their magnitude. Okay? So when we do an evil deed during an auspicious time, then the magnitude of it is greater. Is greater, it's more heinous. So we have to be very mindful about the time frames that we are in. And this points to the importance of knowing the Islamic date. Because if we go by the Gregorian calendar, then we will be unaware of when those times come about where doing good gets multiplied and where doing evil is more heinous. We will be unaware. We won't know. But if we know the Islamic date, now, then we will know which months the deeds are multiplied and which months, if we do evil therein, it is more heinous. It is more despicable. So not all time frames are the same.